Om Namah Shivaya, friends. This video is for the Virgo ascendants and moon sign, the yearly horoscope for 2026. As we are nearing 2026, just 1 month left. So let us talk first about the main big planets for you Virgos. Now see, Saturn is the first slowest moving planet, sitting in your seventh house of partnership. Now this retrograde, as Saturn is now, as I'm speaking, it'll go direct very fast, and it creates an opportunity for partnership in different sectors of your life. In the sense, you can go for a business partnership if you're thinking like that, a partnership related to marriage, overseas partnership. All these are very much favored with this Saturn transit, again direct Saturn, up till next July 2026, starting from the end of this November or December. So this period of Saturn direct in the seventh house will definitely propel you towards gaining some meaningful partnership in your life. And one thing to remember about Saturn in the seventh is that it's a Digbali Saturn. It's a very strong Saturn. If you are to move from one place to another, if you are running a Saturn Mahadasha, then definitely it can happen that you may go to another country, another place, like moving from north of a city, to a country, maybe to south of India. These things very much happen when Saturn becomes very strong in the seventh house. And obviously it is aspecting your Lagna. If the work, whatever you have done during the retrograde Saturn time, or even when Saturn was in your sixth house, was good enough, it will definitely give a rise in your recognition, in your status, all these things. The placement of Saturn itself in the seventh house is not bad at all. Yes, Saturn is a slow moving planet. It gives results slowly. So it may feel that you are stuck in that area or you're going in loops. One thing needs to be understood about this planet is that this planet does not allows any fast spaced decision. If you're suddenly taking a decision about making a business, sudden partnerships, sudden marriage proposals, it will be tested by Saturn again and again. So if you are frustrated by the testing of the planet, understand that it is good in a way, so that you do not, in the long run, Saturn is always a long run planet. That is why it is easier when Rahu is in the seventh or any other smaller planets to just go for a partnership in any form, because it will not check so much. Saturn will give it a long time, and that's why, because it does not allow a person to jump into conclusions, that's why it may feel a bit stuck. But nonetheless, it's assured it's a very good transit. I'm telling you, it is. I have seen seventh Saturn transit. Really, it is good. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time it is a very good transit. It is Digbali Saturn. Okay, next comes Jupiter. Now Jupiter is in Atichari state. So because it is moving fast, it is, as I'm speaking, it is in your 11th house of Cancer. It is coming back to your 10th house again by December 5th, 7th, like that. And then it will be in your 10th house till the end of May. 1st June it will go to 11th house, and then last 2 months, November, December 2026, it will go to Leo, your 12th house, where Ketu is, and it will make a conjunction with Ketu. Now see, Jupiter's position is really good actually. It is your Kendra Lord, And yes, when it has come into the Kendra position only, it will change some pillars of your life definitely. If you ask me, there is a Kendra Adhipati dosh over here. Yes, it is, because a very benign planet like Jupiter, Mercury, especially in dual signs, they create this kind of a problem. Nonetheless, Jupiter can give really good result in the 10th house, forming a base for the next transit of Jupiter in the 11th. 11th Jupiter is like, it'll give you the consciousness that you now need to form a group. The group should be wider because it is exalted, and it can be due to any humanitarian cause also. It may not always be stuck with monetary things. This is what I've seen. Most of the time when we talk about 11th house, we only associate with money. But it is not always like that. Jupiter in the 11th house transit can give a humanitarian group, a group which gives you knowledge. Your elder siblings can do well. All these things are favored. Even your partner, for that matter, because it is the 7th lord in the 11th. You can gain partnership, you can go for a marriage, you can find a suitable partner, and if you have a partner already, the partnership can take to a different nice place, or your partner can gain some goodness through this transit of Jupiter. All in all, it is a good transit, no doubt about that. Now, this transit I'll be again talking about when Jupiter will come into Cancer in 2nd of June. Before that, I'll make again a detailed video for that, because this transit of Jupiter in Gemini is your 10th house, is a pillar transit. See, Saturn, Jupiter, Kendra transit together do not come very often. So January to May has to be made utilized in a very prudent way. That is first and foremost. And then as Jupiter goes into the 11th house of exaltation, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months in this year. Again, next year, January, it will come to Cancer. But this year, November, December, it will be in Leo in the 12th house. So, foreign related matters take a very important procedure at this point of time. Now see, I do not want to go into the debate who wants to come back to India, who wants to go from India, why and not why. Every individual has a different horoscope. The world is not ending tomorrow. That is how I think. Maybe others think in different way. That's okay. So if a person is willing to go to the foreign lands and they want to take a try, this is a very good time for Virgo. Again and again, 2025 also, I think I have said, if you are running a more or less good dasha, then your transits are favoring you, and there is no two ways about it. 2026 also it is like that. So if you are preparing for a foreign jump, Saturn in Pisces in the 7th house, Jupiter in the 11th house in exaltation, and then going into Leo will pave the way for the foreign travel, settlement, or getting some visa process, whatever. Good time, good transit, no two ways about it. Even the 12th house of transit of Jupiter in November, December with Ketu over there and Mars is not bad. It is a foreign related, yes, expenses can happen. That happens for the 12th house. If you are running a bad dasha, it can land up to some kind of hospitalization. That also happens. So that I'll talk in the monthly analysis. But nonetheless, the transit is good. Then comes Rahu Ketu. Rahu Ketu whole year, it will be in your 6th house and your 12th house, which is again a good condition. Rahu being in Shatabisha Nakshatra from 23rd November till August, and then it goes to Dhanishta in your 6th house in Aquarius. It is a good transit to win over your enemies, getting things done, finding new ways of doing things. All this is favored by Rahu. Yes, sometimes Rahu gives some health crisis. I will not say no. and in the 6th, 7th, 8th house it sometimes give a development of weight also. These things are there. If loan needs to be taken for educational or foreign trips, anything regarding like that, it can be taken with the process in the mind that Rahu sometimes gives more than required. So be a little cautious in that matter. Ketu in the 12th house in Leo. Obviously, whichever house Ketu transits, in the 12th house it is now in Leo, it will break some patterns of that house. It will take away something from that house and also leave you a little bit relaxed, I can say. When the transit is though 12th house Ketu, nothing to much complain about. But still, Ketu will always release you of something in the 12th house. It can be anything. It can be any damn thing, Suppose you had a dream of going to, you wanted for a, dream of studying in a foreign university. Maybe Ketu takes you and then you realize that this is not it, and then you submit the thing. That submission is the 12th house Ketu. So nonetheless, all the transits are doing again good for you. There is no two ways about it. Now I have given in your screen, you can see a month-wise analysis of what is happening for all the months. So let's start with January. January month, you will see that the first 15 days and later 15 days of January are a theme of 4th and 5th house flooded with planets. Other than the major 4 planets, all the planets are over here. Now see, when 5th house becomes so active, a point of time is there in the month of January that Venus, Mercury, Sun, Moon and Mars, all 5 are in the 5th house of Capricorn in your horoscope. Now see, obviously 5th house is a house of progeny, it is a house of intelligence, it is a house for name, fame, it is a house for education, it is certificate. All this is favored, not denying that. But what happens when Mars, the 8th lord, is also there and Sun is also the 12th lord? So Sun and Moon as the 12th lord, we do not take it as negative. But there are certain things which can be a hiccup in the way, especially because the 8th lord Mars is involved in this transit 13th January onwards. Mars will be in Capricorn. Mars is exalted. Your progeny may do good. Your your love affairs can take a very solid turn. It can go downhill also if the dasha is not good. That can also happen. Too much possessiveness in the mind is also not good. You know what? Mars in the 5th house, two extremes I have seen is that because Mars will remain in your 5th house in the whole month of February also. So I need to talk a little bit about this 5th house amalgamation of planets in the month of January. That's why I'm not predicting this as a good or a bad or a very bad or anything. Your intelligence, you have to use it in the best possible capacity. Do not get jeopardized, do not get strong-headed, do not be too much bold. Take intelligent decisions, because you know what, Mercury and Venus is also there, your Lagna Lord is also there, but the Mars becomes very strong being exalted in Capricorn and the 8th Lord. So the buddhi, we call it Vinash Kale Viparit Buddhi. The buddhi should work well. The intelligence should be crisp enough to understand what is the need of the hour. This is happening just in the beginning month of 2026. So this is the first challenge. You'll go through some decision making and using of your intellect. Obviously, you can do good in education, your love matters can go well, your progeny can do well, you get some promotion. All these things can also happen. Now coming to February. February month, the 6th house seeing Venus, Mercury, Sun and Rahu conjunction. Mars is still in the 5th house. So Mercury, the Lagna Lord, Venus is your 9th Lord, and then also Sun and Rahu all together in the 6th house. Sixth house is very active now, and maybe the workload can be a little more than usual, and obviously there can be some politics. Sun and Rahu conjunction, though it gives growth in the professional area, this conjunction is not bad in the sixth house, but you have to look out for if anything is derailing you, your good name. That is very important over here. You can do well in competition, competitive exams, your work environment. You can take it with a very innovative and very, in a very dynamic way. This arrangement is not bad, but yes, Sun Rahu sometimes can give ego issues with the authoritative figures and all this. These things should be avoided. Otherwise, February is definitely a month of competition and lot of activities related to the sixth house. Look into your health also. Now comes the month of March. Now March also, because Mercury will be here with Rahu and Mars. So Mercury will be here, and then we have a Venus Sun Saturn conjunction in the 7th house of Pisces. Now see, here two different things are at play in the month of March. Your Lagna Lord with Mars, the 8th Lord, is with Rahu. So, okay, the competition and all these things you are able to handle. Sorry, I still have a hitch in my voice. So Mars, Mercury in the 6th, you can use it well with your intelligent and your judgmental power, because Rahu is also there with Mars. The problem is here, Rahu Mars together can flare up anything very fast. And here relationship, though Saturn is the 5th lord, Venus is the 9th lord, two together coming in Kendra, but Sun is also there. Sun-Saturn combination in the 7th house creates a relationship estranged. Ego clashes or friction, all these things can be felt in the 7th house if you are looking in for partnership or anything, because this is the year of partnership in whichever form, whether marriage, whether business and all this. So this, you should be very careful about this kind of a arrangement in the month of March. So March is a careful month. You have to deal busy month, but it is careful. You have to go carefully. Now April month sees another thing. Mars, Mercury, Saturn in the 7th. Venus goes, by the time after 8th house, it goes to the 9th house also. Now April is also challenging because Lagna Lord is aspecting the Lagna coming into the 7th house, but Mars is also there in the 7th, Saturn is also there. This is also not very good for relationship point of view. For journeys, and if you are, for development, personality boosting, okay, you can fight with people. But from the point of view of running a relationship, this is no good month. For going to different places, higher studies, foreign connections, dealing with people, you have to be very, very level-headed at this point of time. So see, the trend from January to February, then March, there is quite a bit of challenge. Now, Virgo, do not think that this is happening only for you. The planetary arrangements are such because we are having in the early year 2026 a Mars Rahu, then a Mars Saturn conjunction. All the Lagnas and Rashis will go through in whichever house this is happening. For you, this is the 7th and the 6th house. You have to be very careful not to go through a rough patch if you already have a relationship. Come the month of May, a good month for starting up new things, as Sun Mercury will be in the 9th house and Jupiter Venus will be in the 10th house. Now this is a good time, and May month is a dynamic time. Mars will be in your 8th house. Beware of accidents. That is the first thing. May month. I am talking about the May month. May month, beware of accidents. Sun Mercury in the 9th gives you very good Buddhadita yoga and good terms with your fortune, your father, your bosses. Sun and Jupiter Venus in the 10th house. This is very good. 9th and 10th house is good. You will be diplomatically good. You'll be able to produce the results you can do well, you can suddenly do good for others. All these things is good. Mars in the 8th house in its own sign can give a little bit of jerk in the way. Do not get angry, do not get hyper, do not suddenly react, which most Virgos will not do. Virgo people are quite, as much as I have seen, very tolerant, and they wait for the right time to arrive. So be careful about your health and lower part of the body. June month is a good month with Jupiter, Venus in the 11th house, Sun, Mercury in the 10th house, work related, professional growth. All these things will be good. It's a good month. Nothing much to explain about June. Overall, it will be a good month only. 10th and 11th house matters. And slowly you are gaining strength because your Lagna Lord is also gaining strength. Come in the month of June, as we reach half of the year, Mercury is now getting retrograde in the 10th house. Now this 10th house Mercury retrograde in Gemini in its own sign will bring you some contemplation, a little bit of slowdown, because see, Mercury retrogrades also for 21-25 days. This is the transit, and like that only the retrogression time is. So small subtle things maybe in your professional area needs some extra lookout, so that you will have to handle in the month of June. July. June is a good month. July, Mercury Lagna Lord gets retrograde. Some journeys can be there. Journeys will be fruitful. Sun and Jupiter will be in the 11th house. And Venus by that time will be with Ketu in the 12th house. So some expenses can also be seen, or you may travel or anything like that. But nonetheless, it's not a bad month in any form. Mercury goes retrograde in the 10th house will also help you to understand what is the process you're going through. If rectification is required, you'll do it. Now comes the month of August. Mars in the 10th house. Some will and Venus debilitated on the Lagna. Now Jupiter, Mercury will be in the 11th. Here you can face some job changes over here. Jupiter moves to the 11th house and Mars comes into the 8th lord in the 10th house. This is a combination for change of job, because Venus, your 9th lord, also gets debilitated on the Lagna, and your Lagna is aspected by Mars and Saturn. So be very, a change is there because Venus is the 9th and 2nd lord, right? So monetary, you are thinking how you can grow, what is the trajectory, and you may change if you're running that kind of a dasha. Obviously everybody will not do that. If you're running that kind of a dasha, a change can happen in your professional area, definitely. But at this time, because Venus is debilitated on the Lagna and Mars and Saturn is aspecting, some irritation remains in the month of August, because Sun Ketu is also having a conjunction in the 12th house. So beware a little bit. You have to take care about this month certain issues with your health or your well-being or your overthinking, because Virgo people, they overthink, and which is a typical of Mercury. You know, Mercury cannot sit quiet. They have to, it's not always bad. Sometimes it can be a little overboard. So August month, keep a watch. September is a good and vital decision month, and Mercury will be on the Lagna. You will feel good. Venus, the 2nd lord, will be in the 2nd house. Mars and Jupiter in the 11th. You will get sudden benefits and all these things. So September month, most of the situations will be good for you. And because Saturn will be retrograde at that time, many things can also get resolved. You will try it and resolve it. Mercury on the Lagna will help you get that acumen for resolving things. And Venus, the 2nd lord, will be in the 2nd house. Jupiter exalted in the 11th house with Mars. Sudden gains, inheritance, sudden money you get a hike in salary, everything. September and October, more or less. October also kind of same thing. Mercury moves to Libra also. Both are good months actually. Both are good. Now we come to November. November, what happens? There is an exchange between the 2nd and the 1st lord. Mercury comes to Libra and Venus, being retrograde, comes to again Virgo on the Lagna. and there's a conjunction of Ketu, Mars, Jupiter in the 12th house. Now this is the condition I was telling you. Maybe there are some foreign connections that are to be getting fruitful at this point of time. Mercury in Libra is not bad, and neither because see, it is a parivartana. So Venus is, though it is debilited on the Lagna, because of parivartana, the issue whatever you're facing. Now see, Venus for you is getting for you it is getting retrograde on the Lagna. Some relationship issues will be there that needs to be sorted at the end of the year. That is very much seen. So November month is again a little bit cautiously optimistic month where you take the right decisions. Because the exchange is there, you will be able to follow through and get a better result out of it. Last but not the least, December month sees again Venus going into Libra, but expenses will be there as there is Mars and Jupiter in the 12th house, and Rahu Ketu now changes sign in the month of December. So December, there is like Mercury will move after Libra, it will move to Scorpio. Like as of now we have Mercury in Scorpio, same thing will happen at the end of next year also. But Rahu Ketu will be changing sign, and Rahu will move into the 5th house in Capricorn in Dhanishta, and Ketu will move into Aslesha in your 11th house. Now from here a very new chapter for all the signs, and for you also it begins. December is it is a little different month. When Rahu Ketu always changes sign, there is a last blow. I call it in that way. Now blow is always not negatively, but sudden certain things, because whenever a planet leaves that house, that last result will always give. Rahu, Ketu, Saturn 100%. Jupiter also gives, but Jupiter is a benevolent planet. So when Ketu moves from the 12th house, it will definitely let go of something, and finally it will just move out of it into 11th house. Now the journey starts. Similarly, as Rahu was in the 6th house, it will move to the 5th house. Some last effect of the 6th house is felt at this point of time. So here, that's why I think Mercury also goes into Scorpio. A change in your pattern of things will start in the month of December. It is not, I cannot say it's a very great month. It's not a very easy month either. But whatever situation is, you have to go through it, and you have to take the understanding that what is left has to be left in the, especially for Ketu in the 12th house. Ketu will always let you leave certain things. From the house it is coming to another house, because it starts from the 29th degree and comes to the 0 degree. So last month is a little complicated, I'll not deny, but that is for all the signs again. So this is 2026 overall for you. The theme of 2026 mainly is Saturn will be very strong in Uttar Bhadrapada, and Rahu will also be very strong in Shatabisha till August, its own nakshatra, and Ketu in in Magha. So when these three very cruel planets are staying in its own nakshatra, major changes will definitely happen in this year. So overall, the transits looks good. Hope your dasha also supports you. That is the main thing that should act as a support. Transits follow. Hope this gives a glimpse into the year 2026 Virgo. We'll meet later with another video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.